Forgot to add myself to stage. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. I'm Hanya Last, and today we are going to make some table setting cookies. Thank you for being here. Before we get started, I wanted to also jump into the comment section. Where is Heather? Hello, Heather. How is it going in Chattanooga? Am I saying it correctly? Hello, Carla. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, Hazel. How is it going, guys? Are you guys ready for the holiday season to start? I mean, we are 1 week away from Thanksgiving, and then it's just going to be really quick trip to, I think we have Hanukkah first. It starts on December 7th, and then Christmas and all the other holidays. Hello, Karen. I'm so glad you could be here. I know you missed a couple of times, but I'm glad you could make it today. Hello, Veronica, South America. So we are very international. Where are you guys watching from? Hello, Karen, Sally, sunny Manhattan. Nice to hear that it's sunny. It's always so positive when it's sunny outside. Hi, Charlene. Hello, Sherry. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Sweden, cold Sweden. I can imagine it's quite cold. What's the temperature, Linda? I'm just curious. Hello, Marsha, rainy Florida. So today we're going to do table setting cookies. I am a huge fan of table setting cookies. I've made so many different variations over the years, especially for holidays. But before we jump into a tutorial, I received an email and I wanted to just address this. I know you guys, it's a bit confusing where you can support the live stream. So I put it all in one slide here. So first of all, you're supporting the live stream just by signing up for the newsletter. So you guys can get the reminders for the live stream and just showing up. I love hearing from you and seeing you here in the comments. And also you can sign up for Haniela's Cookie Club on Patreon. This is a paid group where I share monthly tutorials and other templates and things like that. There's also Coffee live stream membership that you guys can support live stream through there, and also YouTube membership. And of course, you can shop all the templates and recipes. So thank you so much for all your support. And let me take this off the screen. And as always, today I prepared a free PDF for you guys. So let's go over the PDF. So these are the things that you can find in this week's PDF. There are links to different recipes that I like and also tools that I am going to use in today's live stream. And you can see there are some ideas for different table setting cookies for Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and so on. We also have some cookies for Hanukkah, and also my brand new tutorial that I released, was it this week or last week, on Patreon, the 3D mushroom wreath cookie. So everything, this is a free PDF. I'll just drop a link into the comment section. Okay. Let me just grab the link so you guys can get the free PDF. I will also send the link to the free PDF on Sunday when the regular cookie decorating newsletter comes out and it's delivered directly to your inbox. So let's just see. Hi, Kathy, Monica, Karen to West Virginia. Hello, Kathy to New Jersey. Stephanie. Hello, Brazil. Hello. Romania. We are so international. Hi, Jen. How is it going? Hi, May. Thank you for commenting and coming on my Facebook page as well. Those of you who are new to my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. If you're watching from on my Facebook page, don't forget to hit I think there's a follow button. I mean, they keep changing these. So it's either follow or subscribe. All right, so let's let's jump right into today's live stream decorating. All right, so let me bring up my screen here. Today I'm going to use, and I believe this is an oak leaf. So okay, so I'm using my classic sugar cookie recipe for this project. You can also use, I love my cream cheese cookie recipe, but any number of different cutout cookies will work. This is not a very complicated project, especially if you are struggling to get the Thanksgiving, maybe you are celebrating Thanksgiving and you are hosting this year and you want to maybe make something special. So you can try making these. You're not going to need any, um, I think any skill pretty much. Like you don't have to be a skilled cookie decorator. That's what I'm trying to say. So here I'm making a hole with a drinking straw, and then we can bake these off. So that was very complicated. And now I'm going to bring up my screen here. So if I can get this going here. All right, I think it's this one. All right, bring it to the stage. Okay, here we go. So this is a baked cookie that I have here. And remember last week we talked about consistencies. And the very first consistency was the stiff consistency. So today I'm going to use this consistency to decorate these cookies. I just want to show you what it looks like. Let me take this off screen, and this is the consistency that I will be using today. So pretty thick. And I covered my icing with just a touch of ivory. You can obviously, you could even do these marble. So creativity, get creative, and you can use different colors. So you can see it's pretty stiff. Okay, so I've got it. I'm gonna cover it so it doesn't crust. And of course, I made a little bit of mess here. And if you have any questions in the meantime, put them in the comment section so I can see them and I will get to them. All right. So I've got my icing in a piping bag and I'm going to cut the piping bag. I'm using piping bag because I will be going around the perimeter to make sure that I get the icing around there. But you can make the hole pretty big. Can you see okay? Okay. And I'm going to use a palette knife to spread this on. Now I've got my palette knife here and I also have water here. So I've got a little jar with water here and I have a paper towel. So I'm dipping my palette knife in a little bit of water and then just dabbing it onto a paper towel so it's not saturated. And we're going to spread this on. I'm going to try to do it in one layer. It doesn't have to be perfect because we'll be using a brush to smooth that a little bit. Oops, kind of got off here. You can see you don't have to be very skilled to do this. A child could do this. If you have just a little bit of time, you can get this done. See, right now it doesn't look all that pretty, so I'm gonna switch. I'm gonna take my palette and put this side up, and I forgot my paper, so let me back up. And I think we can use this one. Or maybe this one. Okay. So I'm using, this is a wider brush. I'm gonna dip it in water. I've got my water here, and I'm going to, again, dab it onto the paper towel to remove excess. And now I'm just going to smooth this a little bit so it's not so rough. And I'm gonna go around the perimeter with my scribe tool. If I can find my scribe tool, where are you? And like I said, these are no fuss. So we're just going to remove the excess. It's just so we can have clean edges. And I have a paper towel on the side here. You probably can't see it. So now to get the texture going, super easy to do. Again, I've got my water here. Dip it in water. You don't want to oversaturate it. So again, oops, and this one is blue for some reason. Okay, let's make sure that it's not blue. Okay, now we're good. So you want it to be just very lightly damp, okay? And since this is stiff royal icing, we are going to create texture. If your icing is too runny, you won't be able to create texture this way because it will just heal itself and it will blend together. And this is a paintbrush from Wilton set that I absolutely love. It's a 2-in-1 set, but not 2-in-1 set. Oh, it's a 5 set. Let me just bring up my screen. Let's see if I can, if it's, oh no, it's not right there, but I think I have it listed here. Paintbrushes, yeah, so it's listed there so you guys can check it out. And I use that all the time. Such a great set. So now we're making the veins. If you have any excess icing on your brush, you can just remove it. Have that paper towel on hand. Make sure that it's always very lightly damp. It shouldn't be oversaturated with water. And this way you can get nice veins in. And if you decide to do this project with different colors, you just follow the same steps. You can use couple colors, like you could use a red and maybe yellow would be nice. If you want to maybe make green with some yellow, that's also very nice. We're going to use, I'm going to show you the finished cookie in a second. And you can decide, you can help me decide whether you want it to be painted or just gold. See, I added a little too much water there. So the water is sitting there now, and that's not ideal because your icing can start dissolving since it's just sugar basically. So if that happens, what you can do, you can take a piece of paper towel and just very gently place it there, and the towel is going to start absorbing that excess water. Or I guess tissue paper will work even better because these paper towels here, they are not very absorbent, I have to say. So let's see. Okay, so if this happens, if you add too much water, you can use that to help absorb the extra water. And do we have any questions? Oh, why do I prefer using this over Scribe? Well, Scribe is quite harsh. I find Scribe doesn't, you're not able to, with a Scribe, I find this way it's a bit, yeah, I have a bit more control. Let's see, let's do a few small ones here. So that's it. That's how difficult it is to create this texture. Once it dries, you can then enhance the lines. Yes, you could do wood grain as well. So let's go back to Linda. Cream cheese cookies butter bleed less, I think. Oh, really? Okay, that's a good tip. So maybe those of you who have issues with butter bleed, you can try using cream cheese. So yes, Karen. So I just find that it's a bit softer than my Scribe. It's not so harsh, and I just prefer working with that or with the paintbrush when I'm doing these For the wood grain, I think it's okay if I use the scribe, but for this, I don't know, it just works for me better. Haven't been here in a while. Hi, Anne. Yes, we missed you. Glad to be back. At first, I thought you were doing wood grain. Yes, you could also do wood grain, absolutely. So once this is dry, so this is what I did here. So I painted the veins with edible paint, and then I went over with some gold. So you guys can decide. Do you want me to paint it with paint and then do the gold, or do you just want the gold? For the paint, I have here, this is Pro Gel concentrated sea green food coloring. So let me know. I'm just gonna wait for your suggestions, and then we can move on with the project. So let me know in the comments. Would you prefer that I paint with green and then gold, or just with gold? And while you are thinking about it, let me just share a few things about, so I've got table setting cookies here. So a few years ago, I shared actually during the live stream this project, and it's already on my blog, these adorable triangle Santa cookies. But you probably didn't know that the first design was this design, and this was years ago. I did this for a friend. So you can see they're personalized, they have names on the bottom. So you could use these also to make table setting cookies, maybe for your Christmas tablescape. So these are basically for Thanksgiving. You can see they also have holes in them so I can attach the ribbon. And I also used oak leaf to make these. But these are my honey cookies. So if you prefer a different, maybe a more of a fall flavor, you could also use those, or you could also find recipe for my soft pumpkin cookies. Another idea for Christmas, and these are ornament cookies. So you can see I use the widest space on this shape to add the name, and then you can use them as table setting cookies. And the last table setting cookies I will share with you are for New Year's, which is, I know, but it's coming. So these are also quite old, and you can see just like with the Santa, it's the same shape. I love this triangular shape. It's such a great shape for table setting cookies. So these are New Year's Eve, and these I updated a few years ago. You can see the names are just about the handles, and this is the new version without the names. So just to give you an idea, you can really play with already existing designs, maybe skip a certain design there and add a name to make it more personalized. Okay, so let's see in the comments. Okay. Thank you, Sally. Karen wants me to paint it. Gold. What does it look like with gold? Since we see the green and maybe it's just gold. I love the Santas. Remember those Santas? Okay. It looks like you guys want it to be just gold. Okay, I don't have, oh, you don't have this kind of a cutter. You mean the leaf or the one of the cutters I was showing you, the table setting cookies. If you don't have, I know the ornaments, they're not these ornaments. These are from Fancy Flowers, I think. But you can find similar ornaments. They don't have to be exactly the same shape. But I love these. They're very festive and very beautiful. All right, so I will just do the gold then, since you can see the green. But if you wanted to do the painting, what you do, you add a little bit of paint into a palette, and then you add your clear alcohol. I'm using Everclear, and then you want to stir it really well. And I like to let it sit for a couple minutes because there is some gunk that forms. So you want to kind of pick it up with your paintbrush and get rid of it and wipe it into a paper towel. Thank you, Karen. Yes, that was the first version was over, I think, maybe, over a decade old. So it's quite old. Here I've got a palette And this looks really messy, but as you know, luster dust is quite expensive. So I keep it here. I have it covered usually. And today I'm using royal gold. Okay, so here in this little cavity, I've got the gold already. So I'm just going to, and it's dry. So I'm just going to mix it, and you'll see the powder form again. So we can add alcohol. Now let me get a brush here. So I've got my alcohol here and a dropper. Oh yes, oh my gosh, yes, acorn would be absolutely adorable. And you could also add the name across the top where the what is it, a cap or something, the acorn. So that would be a perfect place for a name. And or the bottom for the name. The top, you could use this technique with the paintbrush and add the texture. So let's add a few drops of my Everclear, and I think I'm gonna need a little more of my gold here, just a little bit. Yes, I agree, Charlene. Gold is a bit more elegant, absolutely. See, I have to add a little more. Now, if you add too much if you add too much alcohol, it's going to evaporate very quickly. Now I've got this very fine paintbrush, which is not ideal for this. So let's clean this up and just mix it with this. Now you could use this paintbrush, but I find that you can add too much of the luster dust paint. So I'm going to switch. And I'm going to use this super fine paintbrush. This is from Chua, Arlene. I think Arlene just won like a Food Network cookie challenge or something like that. Chua cookies. Yes, and you're absolutely correct. Yes, if you can remember cutter, Etsy already has it, or you can maybe yeah, there's just so many cutters available. So now I'm going to, hi Sharon, I'm going to dip it in gold. You can see. And now let's go. This is the dry one. Okay. So what I'm doing, I'm just painting basically that vein that we just did. And this is kind of like an old gold. If you want this to be more lustrous or more like brighter, you can use Aztec gold, which is really nice, and I often use that. But I felt like for the fall, this was a good gold to use. Another thing I had in mind, I was going to use wafer paper. I didn't get to it, but you could try if you want to personalize these. You could use wafer paper, cut it up into maybe small rectangles, write a name on it, and maybe place it here and glue it with some icing just for if you wanted to personalize these. Otherwise, you can add a nice ribbon. Hi, Dee. So the indentation for the veins, I used a paintbrush. I suppose, like Karen suggested, you could use your scribe. I prefer the paintbrush. It just works better for me, especially for this particular design. But let me know if you try it with the scribe. And in order for this design to work, your icing needs to be thick. Otherwise, your indentation will just get lost and icing will blend together. You could add the name to a card and attach with ribbon. Yes, yes. You could also do that. That's also a really nice idea. I like that a lot. As you can see, these are not that complicated. It's actually pretty relaxing. So if you are, maybe have an anxiety about having a Thanksgiving, hosting Thanksgiving dinner, and I know it gets too much. Have you guys gotten your turkeys? Those of you celebrating Thanksgiving, this is a holiday that's celebrated in the United States, and I miss it dearly, I have to say. I love Thanksgiving and everything about it. And then we have Black Friday and all that good stuff. So, okay. So this is the gold version. This is the version with a little bit of green and also with some gold. I have to say, I agree with you. I do like the gold version very much. Let me just get my ribbon. Now I optioned for purple, so that's what I had. But a green would be also nice. I think any ribbon will do. And now wish me luck, because I'm going to try to do the ribbon. So to get it through the hole, so I can thread it, I'm just going to cut it an angle like this. Oh, you really need good scissors for these, because they can be kind of a conundrum to cut. Very difficult sometimes. All right, so let's do it. Now, if you don't know how to make ribbons, there are a lot of tutorials on YouTube. You could write the name along the center vein and only add the small veins to the bottom left. Yes, you could absolutely do that. Yes, you could. Yes, totally. I like that idea. I like when you guys are creative and okay, let's see if we can do this thing. Okay, I think this way. Okay. So now I'm going to bring up this one here and make a loop. Okay, good enough. Now let's see if we can cut these. Okay, first one very well, and now the second one. So I've got some of these here. You could, this one, you see here, so you can see the difference between these two. I use the white brush. I use this brush to apply the color, and you see, because my brush was, well, it wasn't really oversaturated, but it's the way the paint works, right? It kind of spreads a little bit. So it's not as fine as this one, you know? So depends on what the kind of look you want. Just make sure that you use a really fine paintbrush if you want to just touch up those veins. Oh, or the names could be the veins. Yes, you could absolutely, with the paintbrush, you could probably paint them into the icing. That will be also nice. Okay. And then you can have these ready, I mean, it doesn't take that long, and you can have someone helping you to do the painting, or you don't even have to paint them. Or you could do, yeah, I mean, there is some, you could paint them all with, you can maybe make them white and do the, like traditional leaf colors, you know, when they're changing color, do them maybe to some red, yellow, and green with the edible paint. Okay, before I let you go, I wanted to, let me remove the screen and let me just share Sally. You guys are not sending me any pictures. I can hardly believe that you're not decorating any cookies. So if you are decorating cookies, send me your pictures. I'd love to see what you guys are creating. Let me just see. Linda, is the same green on both cookies? Yes, it was, but the one that kind of spread a little bit, it wasn't as dark. So I did these twice. How did you do the splatter on them in the background? Oh, the splatter. Yes, I forgot the splatter. Okay, let me bring up my screen. So the splatter, Kathy, thank you for that question. I didn't really do the traditional splatter, I have to say. Let me do that here. So I just dipped my paintbrush and I just went like that. So this is like a very controlled splatter. If you pick up more of this gold paint, you will get a bigger, okay, that you can make a bigger dot. So that's how I did it. Otherwise, you could, you could just use the traditional way of making the splatter where you dip the paintbrush and you run something through the bristles and it will just give you the splatter pattern, but it's not controlled, so you don't know where it's going to end up. Okay, let's remove the screen. Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But I don't. Sometimes what happens when you send it on Instagram, I can view it only once, and if I don't get to take a screenshot, then it's lost. So I'm gonna check again if it's there. Oh, Stephanie, you have sent pictures. Where? Where did you send pictures? Do you send them to my email or do you use Instagram? I'm so bad. Maybe if you guys use the email, that will be probably the best. Anyway, I will try to get check all my emails again because I missed any of your pictures, any of your cookie pictures. And these are cookies from Sally. She used very intricate patterns here, beautiful. And here's another picture. Thank you for sending this, Sally. Let's see. I think it would be probably the email, my email. That way, yeah, I think email is probably the best. Unless if you can set the way you're sending it through Instagram, so I can view it more than once. It says replay, so or something a replay. Yeah, it will tell you that you are allowing more than one replay of the image, I think, and then I can view it more than once. So I can then save it to my phone and send it to my email. Okay. Omarsha has a question: how to keep them fresh? Well, sugar cookies, decorated cookies, usually keep fresh for 2-3 weeks. If you want to really prolong their lifespan, you could add some agave syrup, or you could add invert sugar syrup. Both are hygroscopic, I believe. That means that they attract moisture from air, so that way your cookies will not dry out as quickly. You could also do that, and that will make the cookies last for a little longer. And then also package them in clear bags. Maybe if you can heat seal them or store them in an airtight container, that also helps. If you leave them out, obviously on a counter, they will go stale faster. But what does my sign say? Do you want to see what my sign says? Okay, I'm gonna bring it here. Okay. So this is what it says. Magic you are looking for is in the work you are avoiding. Do you guys agree? Because I absolutely agree. It's usually, yeah. I love that quote. I can't remember whose quote it is, but I saw it somewhere. And it really resonated with me. All right, everyone. Before I let you go and wish you happy Thanksgiving, although we will see each other, we actually will see each other right before Thanksgiving. Yes, if you heat seal, yes, yes, absolutely. I think if you heat seal, I mean, it's yeah, you can heat seal them and just have them, and the people can unwrap them. Yes, I think it's a good idea. So before I let you go, as always, as a reminder, those of you who join us later on, there is a free PDF that's available in my coffee shop. Let me just grab the link again. And in this PDF, there are links to the tutorials that I showed you today, different table setting cookies that you guys can use maybe for your holiday tablescape if you are hosting this year. And let me put this in the comments. And there is also a way how you guys can sign up to the newsletter so you don't miss any live streams in the future. And also recipes and tools that I used in today's live stream. Oh, there was an error on Facebook, so let me do this again. Okay, now it went through. And if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, don't forget to follow Haniela's. And I will be going live again next week. That's Wednesday, our usual time at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Next week, I believe I already have something planned, but I can't remember. I know in 2 weeks we are going. Do you want to see what we are doing in 2 weeks on 29th? So let me just show you something. In 2 weeks, we're going to be making these. So don't forget to mark your calendars. I already released live stream on Facebook and YouTube, so you guys can mark your calendar there. And I'll see you otherwise next week. Thank you for being here, everyone. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week right before Thanksgiving, or maybe you'll be cooking turkey while we are decorating cookies. Bye, everyone.